A lot of events happened this episode of Sekai Seifuku. Honestly, I enjoyed this episode. Not one of my favorite episodes, but it was a decent episode all in the same. Now, there was comedy antics, the random crap we usually see in Sekai Seifuku. We had some actual spa episode, but underneath all this random stuff, we got actually some form of character development with other things going on in the background with that freaking cliffhanger ending that makes me curious, like, what the hell is going on? So, let's talk about Asta real quick. We get to find out how he personally feels in his standpoint on his father. We find out that his father was forcing different aspects of life on top of him and he didn't want to actually follow, and so this probably led to Asta wanting to run away from his house that we saw in the first episode. So I enjoy this. We're getting to finally see some form of backstory to Asta, but that's really the only actual backstory we get to see on him. Now, really this entire episode focused at two companies going on business vacation, like White Light going on vacation and Zvezda going on vacation. So this is really enjoyable episode, really. I mean, a lot of people are probably just turning off their brains and watch this episode just for the comedy antics, but if you look at it deep enough, you will see a good plot like I've said over and over, and truthfully, I enjoyed this series for that, because you really have to look hard for the plot, but if you do see it, you will actually see a very good gem in this series that most likely will lead up to a very good story. Now, let's talk about this ending section of the episode. We see how the entire town, their hometown, is destroyed. It's completely destroyed. Well, at first, when you see Renge and Asta riding on the bus, and I looked in the background, and I was like, why are they going through a dump yard? That's exactly what I thought when I saw the background. I was like, is that a dump they're driving through? And then you find out that the entire town has been trashed. I'm like, what the freaking hell happened? Zvezda may be the evil organization, but they're not that evil to destroy an entire fucking town. So, what the hell happened at that ending? I'm very curious to find out what that entire plot drop, what the ending, I mean, is it going to be turned into a comedy antic, or is it actually going to lead into something very important with, like, Asata's father? This is where I see the entire plot getting a lot better in the series. Now, really, even though this episode had its moments, it wasn't the best episode, and I will say, it wasn't as bad as I think the third episode, the Smoker episode, but I felt like this episode could have been a lot better. The animation in some scenes were a bit off, but I did enjoy the episode's animation all around. The music did complement the scenes. I felt the scenes with the actual music was adorable, especially the intensity build-up music in the background with that ending. Right when the ending, when you see Asta fighting Miki at the end of this episode, that was a really awesome moment, with especially with the music backing it up, and I felt like the voice actors did a good job. Now, really, what I have to say about this episode, there was something that really was freaking hilarious. There was one moment I really enjoyed, and it was between the grandma and grandpa, the way they kept lying to each other since, I guess, the first day they met, and I'm guessing they're husband and wife, and they didn't even know each other was in another organization. One was in Zvezda, and one was in White Light, so it's really freaking funny getting to see this entire little, just, standpoint of comedy, how they're fighting out, and just, yeah, that was so random, but it was hilarious. Tell me your thoughts on this episode of Sekai Seifuku. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite moment? And do you feel like this episode could have been a lot better? I mean, do you see the major plot slowly starting to build up in the series? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Y'all wonderful day or not, wherever you live. Please stay safe. Chibi out.